Hey, my loves. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to understand your astrology chart. Now, the reason why I'm teaching you guys this today is because this is going to give y'all a more well-rounded view, a well-rounded experience when you're getting your readings, especially if you're doing your astrology readings or any type of tarot reading that you're listening to online. You can listen to your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus and Mars, and I will let you know how that plays into what's actually happening in your life. And if you know the time that you were born, then your astrology chart can even get more intricate, where it will break down the houses and and all of that good information, so we can even get even more information. So first, let's start with the first type of astrology report. Now, this will be the one where you don't know your time of birth. And I'm hoping that a lot of younger people will know this, but those of us who were born in the 70s and earlier, we may not have the time of birth on our birth certificate, or our parent may not remember the time of birth, which is not bad. So this is how it will come out looking, okay? And what it will show you is your sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and all of the planets, where the aspects of them. So what is your astrology chart? It's basically a snapshot of the solar system at the time of your birth. Okay. Now, it's good to know the exact time of your birth, because then we will know where the sun was rising in the east at the exact time of your birth, and that will indicate your rising sign. Now, your rising sign sets your chart. So if you don't know your time of birth, what you'll get is just where the planets were and the aspects to the planets that they were at the time of birth, okay? And if you know the time of birth, not only will you get the aspects of where the planets were, but then you will get the houses that each planet land in. Now, this is where the meat and potatoes will come from if you want to know extreme detail of where your destiny is, things that are to come, your spouse, and all of those great things are hidden in this part of your astrology chart. But if you want to know your regular day to day, okay, let's get into that. So your sun sign is who you are innately. It's just who you are. It's the sun, what people see of you, okay? And your moon sign is your emotional side. So when you're getting a tarot reading, or if you're listening to readings on YouTube or any other place, it's best, if you're trying to know what's going to happen to you emotionally, how you're going to feel about certain things, it's to look at your moon sign, because your moon sign is your emotions, okay? If you want to know how you actually project to the world, how you show up to the world, that's where your ascendant sign will come in. And this person is a Cancer, so they're very mothering, they're very nurturing, they're very loving, and that is definitely how a Cancer sun sign and a Cancer ascendant, and then they have Sagittarius moon sign, okay? Now, so that means emotionally, they like to be free. They don't like to be locked down. They're a free spirit, but they're very deep, honest, that type of person, okay? Anyway, let's not get into the signs. Let's just get into what each thing means. So when you're looking at your ascendant sign, that is the best place to start if you want a tarot reading. If you're looking at a reading online, or an astrology reading where they're just looking at the astrology for the month for that sign, it is best to start with your ascendant sign. That will be in a 60 to 75% accuracy in that reading of what's to come and what will actually happen in your life. Okay, so if you want to know concrete what's going to happen in your life, it's best to look at your ascendant sign to find that out. If you want to know generally what may happen, then you can look at your sun sign, but your sun sign will be 30 to 60% accurate. It's not as accurate as your ascendant sign, believe it or not. Your moon sign will be accurate about how you feel. Now, if you want to know what's going to happen in your love life, what's going to occur in your love life, then it's best to look at your Venus sign. Venus is the sign of love. Okay, y'all need to learn about the planets. I will not be explaining the planets in this video, but I'm just explaining to you where you can find each thing in your chart. So if you want to know what will happen in my relationship or what's going to happen in my life when it pertains to love, watch your Venus sign, and that will let you know. That will give you about a 40 to 70% accuracy rate. It gets a little higher with the Venus sign. If you want to know what's going to happen in business, in travel, in movement, then that'll be your Mars sign. Okay. Another great place to find out that will be extremely accurate, actually, to know what's actually going to happen in your life, a concrete, this is, real things that are going to be happening in your life, is your North Node. Okay. So your rising sign and your North Node are some of the greatest places to find the most accurate readings, because that is exactly what's about to happen in your life. Your North Node is your destiny. That's where you're headed to in your life. Okay. And the opposite of your North Node is your South Node, and that's where you're coming from. So this person's North Node is in Gemini. Okay. So that she's going to have to be more friendly, more open. I don't know how she's going to do that. She's already that way, but that's pretty much how that goes. So you want to, and you'll have to look into what that sign, when you look into your North Node, you can listen to the astrology of the North Node. But if you want to know what your destiny is with your North Node, look into the attributes of that sign. Learn and do things in that manner, or it's like the goal is to get you to operate more in that manner. Okay. Following your North Node. That's really the goal of your life, is to follow your North Node. Your North Node is your North Star. And that's where you'll also, again, find the accuracy in your reading. Okay. So when you're doing your astrological chart, so now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Okay. So we just talked about the planets. Now we want to talk about the houses. Now the houses handle everything from who you are to where you're going, your possessions, your friends, your family, the job, what you are here to do in the world, things to that nature. It gets very, very deep. It also, how you're transforming, how you're evolving. Each house handles something different. And actually, let me just tell you. So the first house, which is your ascendant home, where the sun was rising in the east at the time of your birth. Each house has a house ruler, which is the sign that is assigned to that house. So the first house is Aries. That deals with your identity, who you are, what you represent. Okay. The second house is Taurus, which deals with your possessions, your value, your self-worth and value. That's one of the biggest things we're here to learn and we're transforming in our lives right now. The third house is ruled by Gemini. That house deals with communication, knowledge, siblings, your logic, okay? The fourth house is ruled by Cancer, which is family, parents, security, mother energy, your home. Cancers love to be home bodies. Do you notice that? Leo rules the fifth house, and that's pleasure, creativity, children, fun, all about just enjoying life and being out there and living your best life. The sixth house is Virgo, and that's about health, service, and work, being on time, doing things with structure. Virgos are very detail-oriented people. I love that about Virgos. The seventh house is about is Libra, marriage, relationships, unions. So whatever sign is in your seventh house, That's where you're going to go and find out what's happening with you and that person in that relationship. That's where the meat and potatoes about your love life. I'm showing y'all where the meat and potatoes of exactly what you want to know. You can go and check that sign out on your chart and look at that reading. All right. The 8th house is Scorpio. That's transformation, psychology, sex, and power. I love Scorpio energy. I have Venus and Mars in Scorpio, so y'all know it is on. The 9th house is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is about philosophy, beliefs, ethics, and travel. Okay. The 10th house is Capricorn, and the 10th house is about career, authority, fame, and your social interactions, how you commune with other people. The 11th house is Aquarius. It's about friendship. It's about community. It's about striking out and doing things differently and setting a tone for the future. Such a beautiful time, and it's Aquarius. We're in the Aquarian age where that is happening, and you see a lot of that happening in the world where people are striking out and doing things, even if they're awful things. You know what I mean? They're striking out and doing them on their own. They don't care what anybody else think or how anyone else is affected because they want what they want. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces, and that is spirituality, self-reflection, solitude, indulgence, things to that nature. Okay. So this is where you will find those type of things. So for example, if you want to find out what's happening in your relationship, or if you're going to have a relationship, you need to be first making sure you're aligned with a reader who resonates with you, because everybody is in different portals. Everyone's not having the same experiences. Some people, especially today, some people are in very dark places in their lives. They're in a portal of hell that they've created, and there's nothing you can do about that. You have to leave them there. You see what I'm saying? And that's for family members that you may know that's in that. But you don't want to be getting readings from that reader because their stuff is not going to resonate with you. You want to be getting stuff from a reader that is on point with what's happening with your soul's growth and evolution. All right? That is so, so, so important. So where do I get all this information from? I have this astrology cosmology paper that I'm going to upload to my Patreon for y'all to have, and I want y'all to keep this. It tells you all the signs and the symbols that go with them, the planets and all of that good stuff, the aspects. It teaches you about trines and all of those good things. It just breaks everything down. Even if you want to do sigils, it'll give you the symbols of all the planets so you can make your sigils and know what to use for them. And I'll show you guys how I do sigils because I haven't done one in a while, and we can get some popping on here. I got a bunch of mirrors I can add them to. Y'all know I love my mirrors. I love, love, love my mirrors. So, and I'll tell you how I powerfully use them. Powerfully. I mean, when I say powerfully. Also, it just explains the houses. It breaks it down so that you can know where the sun is and how the planets are traveling around and all that type of stuff. So it's really, 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 really helpful. I love it. I've had this for years. Okay. Years I've had it. And I'm just happy that I'm able to show y'all this because this will help y'all break down your anything y'all are trying to find out, if y'all trying to decode something. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes it's good to get an astrological reading, a personal astrological reading done by an astrologer. That's so important because they can break down things that you won't even see yourself. Like you won't fully understand certain aspects and how it will affect you. An astrologer that I would recommend is the Peace Dealer. I love him. I love D-Lo the Pilot Man. I don't know any other ones that I would really recommend. I know Lada does them. I don't think Jessica from Bahati Life, I don't think she does astrology reports. I think she just does the astrology, and she sells a book that'll just break things down for you, and you can just use the book and stuff like that. So if you want to go that route, I'm not an astrologer. I can't tell y'all. All I know is that I've learned how to hack my chart. So when I'm listening to certain people, I know what to listen to so I can get the bang for my punch when I'm listening. But I only listen to one reader anyway, and she is I Am the Hierarchy and the Council. She used to have a channel called Your Angelic Karma, and I was listening to her from the moment she came on. That was my first reader I ever found on YouTube. That's the only one I ever stuck with. But I have heard Tyler's Tarot before. He's more for karmic relationships. So if you're in a karmic something, listen to Tyler Tarot. He will lead you into the karmic land. He's funny as hell. I love how funny he is, but I'm not in anything karmic, so his stuff don't really resonate with me. I Am the Hierarchy and the Council. She is more about soul's growth, evolution, and where we all are as a tribe growing and where we're headed to. So it's a specific soul group of chosen ones that go to her. But check her out because she deep. If you get her and you can rock with her, then rock with her. You know what I mean? She's on Patreon. She like $100 a month on Patreon. She ain't playing because she only give you like one reading a week on YouTube. But on Patreon, we getting it in. But she don't do it every day on Patreon. She may do every other day. She may do a sign, you know, but she's really, really, you know, deep in my development of who I am. So that's, you know, but that's for the very much more advanced. I would say like she's not for the beginning phases of witchcraft. She ain't even for the middle phases. I would say you need to be ready. You need to be ready when you come to her. All right. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all know I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I'll holler at y'all. Bye.